The day a blind man sees, the first thing he throws away is the stick that guided him all his life. Sometimes life feels the same. We suffer not because we're bad people, but because we don't realize when it's time to stop, when it's time to stop giving our kindness to the wrong ones. The older I get, the quieter I become. And I've come to see that the deepest life lessons are the ones no one ever teaches us, the ones no one puts into words. There's something strange about growing old. It's not just the wrinkles or the slower steps, it's the silent realizations that arrive late at night. Moments when you suddenly understand being too kind can break you. Letting go doesn't mean failure. And sometimes the people you love most may never truly understand you. Maybe you felt it too, that sharp ache before sleep, whispering, "If only someone had told me this sooner." Welcome back to Journey After 60. In this video, we'll share the most honest life lessons older people have learned the hard way. Lessons about letting go, self-respect, and finding peace. Stay until the end, because even one of these truths might change how you live today. And before we begin, don't forget to support the channel by liking this video and subscribing so we can keep sharing more wisdom on life, love, and the journey toward peace after 60. All wisdom begins with a simple realization. And here is the first lesson, one that may just change how you see yourself and the people around you. Number 1. Letting go, the cane we cling to. What if the very thing that once helped you is now the thing that's holding you back? Letting go isn't failure, it's wisdom. We often cling to habits, people, or identities that once brought us comfort, long after they've served their purpose. As we grow older, we accumulate emotional crutches, the old routines, the roles we used to play, the people we once loved, even the familiar pain we've carried for years. We keep them not because we need them now, but because they once gave our life meaning. And when the idea of letting go arises, it feels almost like betrayal, like dishonoring the past. But here's the truth. Holding on too tightly can quietly become a weight. Instead of protecting us, it can steal the freedom and peace we've spent a lifetime working toward. My neighbor John, now 72, is a perfect example. 6 years after his wife passed away, he still kept everything exactly as it was. The slippers by the bed, her favorite cup on the shelf, even her perfume on the dresser. "It comforts me," he would say. But over time, that comfort shifted. The house grew colder, emptier. One day, his granddaughter accidentally broke the cup. It shattered, and for the first time in years, John cried, not out of sorrow, but out of release. The cup wasn't his wife. The love was in the memories, not in the objects. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Letting go isn't forgetting. It's carrying forward only what strengthens you now, not what ties you to who you used to be. So ask yourself, what are you still clinging to? Not because you need it, but because you're afraid of who you might become without it. Share your thoughts below. Your story might be the reminder someone else needs to finally let go. It's one thing to loosen your grip on memories and roles that no longer serve you, but there's a tougher question waiting. What do you do when your own kindness, your instinct to care, becomes the very thing that drains you? Number 2. Misplaced kindness, when goodness hurts. They say kindness is like fire. Kept within its bounds, it warms, but left to burn unchecked, it can consume the very one who carries it. Have you ever given so much of yourself that nothing was left for you? Kindness is meant to be a gift. Yet when that gift is handed to the wrong places over and over again, it quietly turns into a form of self-inflicted harm. Many older people take pride in a lifetime of giving. The tireless father, the devoted mother, the loyal friend, the patient spouse. But one day they realize they've said yes when their soul was exhausted, forgiven while their heart was still cracked, cared for people who barely noticed their presence. That's when a bitter truth begins to settle in. Misplaced kindness can sometimes hurt more than cruelty. Thinking about this brings to mind Brenda, an old friend. Her son battled drug addiction for years. She gave him money, shelter, endless second chances. She sacrificed her retirement savings, her peace of mind, even her health. When friends urged her to let go, she sighed, "But I'm his mother. I can't give up on him." It wasn't until Brenda collapsed and ended up in the hospital that she saw the truth. She had never abandoned him, she had abandoned herself. Love doesn't mean letting yourself run dry. Compassion doesn't mean losing your boundaries. Forgiveness doesn't mean allowing the wound to be reopened again and again. Sometimes the most loving act is knowing when to walk away. You are not foolish for being kind. You are generous, hopeful, and human. But wisdom lies in asking, when does your kindness heal and when does it enable? When does your heart give while your body and spirit quietly break? Aging teaches us this slow, clear lesson. Not everyone deserves your kindness, and giving isn't always noble. Sometimes holding a little back for yourself is the deepest kindness of all. And from there, another door opens, a quieter kind of freedom. The freedom of no longer revolving around others, but learning, at last, to live for yourself. Number 3. True freedom, when you stop caring. What if the prison you live in is built from the expectations of others? One of the greatest gifts of aging is realizing you don't have to live under anyone's judgment. True freedom begins the moment you stop needing approval and choose peace for yourself. All our lives, we're trained to care about how we dress, how we speak, what others think of our choices. Family, friends, neighbors, all with their unspoken rules. Dress your age. Why aren't you dating again? At your age, should you really be doing that? Even in later years, those voices can still echo, shaping our decisions. But here's the truth. Nobody is thinking about you nearly as much as you think they are. And even if they are, why should it matter? It took me years to believe that. I'm 68 now, and for as long as I can remember, I wanted to learn how to dance. But every time the thought appeared, I silenced it. You're too old. People will laugh. So the dream stayed tucked away, gathering dust in my heart. Then, at my granddaughter's wedding, when the music started, something in me shifted. I stood up. I danced. Clumsy, offbeat, laughing so hard my face hurt. And for the first time in years, I felt alive. Not watching from the sidelines, but fully in it. When the song ended, a teenager came up to me and said, "You're awesome. When I grow up, I want to be like you." In that moment, I realized the fear that had held me back all those years, the gaze of others, was never real. I wasn't just dancing, I was breaking free. Freedom isn't just about retirement or free time. Freedom is peace in your own heart. The quiet conviction that says, I don't owe anyone an explanation for my joys, my choices, or the rhythm of my life. You are not here to impress. You are here to live fully, truthfully, joyfully. You've earned that right through years of work, through loss and resilience, through simply surviving. And when you finally stop caring what others think, something miraculous happens. You begin to love yourself exactly as you are. Freedom isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you release. The moment you let go of the weight of other people's opinions, life expands. You find laughter in the clumsy dance, joy in the simple choices, and peace in finally living for yourself. And maybe you know someone who needs that reminder too. A friend, a parent, a neighbor, someone who secretly longs to try, to speak, to live more freely, but hesitates out of fear of being judged. Share this with them. Sometimes one spark of encouragement is enough to set them free. When you stop worrying about others, you realize that looking after yourself is an act of self-respect. Number 4. Appearance still matters. Not expensive, just respectful. Dignity doesn't come from designer clothes or flashy accessories. It comes from the quiet decision to show up as someone who still respects themselves. Others can feel that energy, and sometimes, through your own care, they're reminded to treat themselves with the same kindness. When you respect yourself, you're quietly teaching others to respect themselves too. Yet, as we age, it's easy to let go of appearance. We tell ourselves, "Who am I dressing up for?" Or, "Nobody notices anyway." But beneath those excuses often hides a heavier truth. We're tired, lonely, or resigned to simply enduring. That's exactly when breaking the habit of neglect matters most. Taking a little care doesn't just brighten your appearance, it keeps your spirit from sinking into the shadows. Something almost magical happens when you dress with intention. A clean shirt, combed hair, a faint trace of cologne or perfume. These small acts don't make you someone else, but they awaken a feeling inside. I still matter. I am still here. Appearance becomes a mirror for the soul, and at any age it speaks to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you are alive, present, and worthy. Elegance has never been about money. It comes from intention, from how you choose to present yourself. Dressing neatly, carrying yourself with care, it's no longer vanity. It's a kind of strength. It's a daily reminder, I've come this far, through all the storms, and I still honor this body, this face, this presence. More than that, caring for your appearance is a way of leaving small memories for yourself. Each day you show up polished, you mark a quiet milestone. Today, I chose to love myself again. And one day, when you look back, you'll see not just survival, but proof that you lived fully instead of fading away. Coco Chanel once said, "Dress shabbily, and they remembered the dress. Dress impeccably, and they remember the woman." At any age, caring for yourself is more than an outward act. It's a silent message. I am still here. I can still love. Above all, I still respect the life I've been given. So, today we've uncovered 4 timeless truths. Learning to let go, placing kindness where it belongs, finding freedom when you stop caring what others think, and honoring yourself through how you show up. These aren't lessons you find in books. They're quiet wisdom distilled from a lifetime of love, loss, resilience, and the courage to keep living honestly. Aging isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. One written not with pressure or performance, but with clarity, wisdom, and truth. For the first time, you don't have to prove anything. You can simply live with peace, with authenticity, and with a deeper respect for the life you've been given. Now I'd like to hear from you. Which of these lessons speaks most to where you are in life right now? Have you had a moment when letting go, setting boundaries, or finally living for yourself brought you unexpected peace? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story might be the very wisdom someone else has been waiting to hear. And if this video gave you something to reflect on, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need these reminders. Sometimes, just one lesson shared at the right time can change how a person walks into the rest of their life. Until next time, keep living, keep learning, and keep honoring the quiet wisdom that age has gifted you. Thanks for watching till now, and see you in my next video.